guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, a few months, a lot longer than I was hoping for. But yeah, here I am back. I have a 6-month-old, hence the name of the video today. I might sound a little different. I've been sick. Hudson's been in daycare. And with that, you just get all of the illnesses all at once, and it's a struggle. So, we're struggling at our house, trying to stay healthy, but we're all basically sick right now. So, don't mind all of this, and the sound of my voice might sound different. But I had time to make this video, and I've been trying to make this video for a while now, and I just need to pull the trigger, not care what I sound like or what I look like, and just get it out there so that I don't forget more than I already probably have. So our little Hudson is 6 months old. He turned 6 months old on November 7th, so it's been a few weeks now, and we are just in love. I know everybody always says that about their kids, every month we're so in love. But we really are. We love him so much, and his personality is just so, he's just so happy. He's so smiley. He's so flirty. Like, it is the cutest thing ever. And every time we bring him anywhere, he's always smiling at people, and he's just the happiest little boy. So it makes our lives so much easier. I'm not going to say he doesn't get fussy, but what baby doesn't? I mean, they can't talk, so obviously they're going to cry to get attention and try to get you to help them. So, but for the most part, yeah, he's a very, very happy baby. Very lucky. When I was his age, a lot of people, my nickname from a lot of people was Smiley. I guess it kind of sounds like Allie, not really, but anyways, they would call me Smiley because I always smile. I mean, I still do. I smile constantly. But now that's kind of his nickname. He is just Mr. Smiles, smiles at everybody. And yeah, so that's like the one thing he got from me, his mom. Everything else, he's my husband's twin. Does not look like me. He's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and yeah, he looks just like Eli, so that's not fair, but at least he's got the smiling thing going on. And I have heard that your firstborn son gets the personality of the mother, but the looks of the father. So I would say so far that's kind of how he is, so fingers crossed. I mean, I think I have a good personality, but I know growing up I was like shy to begin with, and then I got sassy, especially towards my parents, So we will see if that part is true, but for now he definitely looks like my husband and kind of acts like me, so that's still fun to look forward to. We're still learning from him, and yeah, so fun. In this video, I really wanted to kind of talk about how life has been with Hudson since the last video that I made when he was, I think, like a month and a half. I looked back and saw I wanted to do these like monthly, which was hilarious because my firstborn child didn't know what I'm doing, that was too high of expectations, but we're here now, and it's been a few months, but I just want to talk about some things that we've seen him do, things he's accomplished in the last few months leading up to his 6 months. I did look at my pictures beforehand because that's kind of how I could tell what we did, I guess, the last few months. So when I did go back to work, my mom watched Hudson 4 days in a row. That was kind of the plan at the beginning, was she was going to watch him 4 days since I only work 4 days. And then that 5th day, obviously I have off Fridays. and then she could do whatever. But we did get a call from the daycare that he was on the wait list, like right when I started work, and they said, hey, we have an opening for Hudson in September. So for like a month, they kind of, my mom and my in-laws kind of split time watching him and stuff like that. Just because 4 days in a row is a lot for my mom. I mean, for anybody, but with like a really young one, and yeah, so it worked out great. We're very thankful for them to be here. But yeah, so we did the walkthrough with the daycare, loved it, and now he goes 2 days a week, and then my mom watches him 2 days a week. So that's actually pretty great and really nice for him to get some social interaction, and then for him to actually be at home with my mom too. So, and they've been really great. Like if my mom's sick or if we have to change something, we can change our days. I just have to let them know ahead of time, but it has been really great. When my mom watches him those 2 days a week, Steve, my father-in-law, comes and relieves her at like 4 or something, and then he watches Hudson for a couple hours until either Eli or I get home from work. So we are very, very blessed to be back home raising Hudson with Grandma and Grandpa's here to help us out, because I don't know how we would be able to do this in Colorado. So we know we're very lucky, and yeah, it's just very helpful to have grandparents around. So first, I do want to talk about postpartum depression. I'm obviously not a doctor, but I personally did go through this. I didn't get like professionally diagnosed, but I 100% know this is what I was going through. And during my pregnancy and before, I was already on antidepressants just because obviously how I was feeling, and they made me feel better, so why not take them? And my doctor said it was safe, so I've been taking them. But then after I had Hudson, I was just not feeling like myself. I don't know if it was because I didn't get that hour of skin to skin with him, like they say, really helps with the bond with the baby, because when he came out, he pooped all over himself, and our body temperatures were so high that they were like rushing to like check his temperature and stuff like that, that he was only on me for like 5 minutes, if that, and then they took him. I don't know if it was that or just, you know, the hormones or whatnot, but it was a while. I just didn't feel a connection to him. I just didn't think I loved him. Like, that's hard to say, but obviously now I'm a lot better. But in the time that I was in then, I honestly, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. So I did talk to my doctor, and I know a lot of people don't talk about this. I've talked about it to my friends who are pregnant or just had kids, just because honestly no one talks about it, and I think you should, because a lot more people are going through it than you think. So yeah, I would definitely talk to your friends and family if you are feeling like that, or obviously your doctors. Because there's no shame in feeling that way. Your body, those hormones are doing this to you kind of thing, and why not get help to help you get closer to your baby? So, and it does take a little bit to get over, and it also takes a little bit of time sometimes for people to feel this way. So you might feel fine like right after postpartum, delivery, stuff like that, feeling great, feeling on a high, and then it hits you, or like me, it was kind of like right after it hit me, and then it stayed for a little bit. Now that I'm 6 months postpartum, I would say I 100% feel a lot better. At 4 months, I thought I was like doing better, but now, like today, compared to 4 months postpartum, I feel a lot different and a lot better, more positive about everything. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that just because that is hard. You don't know what you're going through, especially with your firstborn. You don't know what you're feeling. Is this normal? Whatnot. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk just a little bit about that. It was really hard. Like the first week or two when we brought him home, my friends, family, Eli were like obviously overly in love with him and just like in awe of him, and I just personally couldn't see it. I gave birth to him, you know, I carried him for 9 months, gave birth to him, and I just didn't feel it. I was like, why are they, how do they feel like this? And I carried this human being in me for how long, and I'm not feeling that way. So that made me feel terrible. The stress, you know, of new parents or just having a newborn, tired, learning how to breastfeed, that in itself is stressful. Just so many factors that come into it postpartum that I think they all kind of played a factor, especially, you know, the hormones too. It didn't help. But yeah, just looking back, I would not recommend that to anybody. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to go through that. So I'm going to try my best at remembering things that Hudson did, like, at 2 months and on, but my memory is not the best, so hence why we're making these videos, so that I can look back and remember. Before I made this video, I looked back at my birth video that I made, and I forgot some of the stuff that I talked about in that video, and that wasn't that long ago. So these videos are really helping me too, but also I can look back at them. Hopefully, you know, when we get pregnant in the future, I can like compare and see myself from different pregnancies. So okay, so for the 4th of July, Hudson was about 2 months old, and my parents have a cabin at Lake Ponce, which is about 2 hours away, a little less than that. So we went there to hang out with my family. My sister came, Eli came with us to celebrate the holiday over the weekend. It was super hot outside, so that was kind of miserable because obviously we didn't want Hudson to overheat outside or get all of the sunlight because he was 2 months old. So, and again, like, no one wanted to be outside. Even though it's like nice, summery, like it was way too hot outside. So we would go like early in the morning. We would try and like go on a walk or just sit outside when it was still kind of cool and shaded and not as hot out. We actually would go on the boat early in the morning. We'd do everything early in the morning or like later at night, so that it was just funny. Like everybody would be doing like the opposite of what we were doing just because we had a 2-month-old. But yes, he did go on the boat for the first time. We bought him a little life jacket because safety first. At the cabin, he's always going to be wearing a life jacket. Some people thought we were crazy because we had him in a life jacket, but I don't care. He's going to be safe, and it was meant for his height and weight and age and everything, so he looks so cute. But I will definitely try and add pictures just because I cannot get over how cute he is, and my camera roll is full of Hudson pictures. Like, first time mom, obviously I'm going to have a lot of pictures documenting every little thing, so but yeah, it was great. We dipped his toes in the water a little bit. He liked it. I don't know. He started crying, but I got him these matching swimming trunks with Eli's, so they got to wear those, and that was so freaking cute. But yeah, he did get to meet all of like our lake neighbors, which was really fun because a lot of these people have watch me grow up as a little one, and now I have a little one, and it was just really cool. So they all got to meet him. Um, like I said, he went on the pontoon, and he loved the pontoon. Like, it would soothe him to sleep, so he'd sleep on the boat, and I am so happy his experience at the lake went perfect because I grew up at the lake a lot. Like, every weekend we'd go up there, so I just want similar things for my child. So I'm glad he likes it so far. This next summer he's going to be walking already probably, and things are going to be so different, and I'm so excited. So yes, we went to the lake, and that was the best time ever. And he got to meet so many people, and yeah, he did an awesome job up there, and a new environment too. So sleeping was different, breastfeeding, in different areas was different, but we figured it out, managed, and we had a fun time. So that was obviously the beginning of July, and then towards the end of July, I had to go back to work. I think it was like the last day in July, but I had like a pit in my stomach. I did not want to go back to work. I did have 3 months of maternity leave, which was nice. Obviously not enough, but I did not want to go back to work. So the week before I went back to work, Eli was able to use his last week of paternity leave. He got to split his up. He used it the week before I went back to work so that we could all do something as a family together. We wanted to go to Colorado just because we love Colorado, but with like a almost 3-month-old, a dog, and the travel, it's like 10 hours away. It just didn't seem feasible, unfortunately, so we just went back to the lake, which was fine. We went during the week, so it was just our little family. We didn't have to like purchase a rental or lots of groceries or bring a lot of stuff because everything was already at the cabin. So it worked out really great. We stayed there for a few days and had the place to ourselves, did our own thing, went on the boat, etc. And it was just a really good time for us to just be our family, but like in a new little area, if that makes sense, like a staycation. And then that weekend, right before I went back to work, we got Hudson baptized at our church in Beersford. It was like a private one, so it was just our family. And the pastor there, she's great, and Hudson slept the whole time. It was so cute. He wore Eli's old baptism outfit from when Eli got baptized, which was so crazy. And it did fit him. Everyone was worried it wouldn't because he's so big. It fit him. But yeah, he slept the whole time, and he is heavy, so Eli had to hold him the whole time at the front of the church, and he was just like sweating because he was so heavy. But yeah, he did great. They put the water over his head, obviously, for baptizing him, and it just soothed him to sleep. I don't know. It was hilarious. But my sister and then his brother and sister-in-law are his godparents, so very special to have those guys do that. We had like just immediate family come, and then some aunts and uncles came, and then after the baptism we had like a little get together with like a cake and some food and stuff. But I really wanted to not get that done, but I wanted to do it before I went back to work. So it was one less thing that I had to stress about while I was going back to work and dealing with all of that. So I'm glad I got it done while I was on maternity leave. So all the planning and stuff like that. Well, Hudson has been a very, very strong boy since he was born. He has been able to hold his neck up since about 2 weeks old. Needless to say, he's loved his tummy time, which makes it easier on us because I know a lot of parents, their child don't like tummy times, and that makes it so much harder. Like, they're just screaming the whole time. And Hudson has always loved tummy time and loves like looking around. He's a very active boy though, so he doesn't like to sit still, which is hard. It's like a good and bad thing. Because I see other babies that are just very chill and don't want to keep, you know, they're just chill. If you hold them, they'll stay still. That is not Hudson. He has never been like that. He's always been like go, go, go. And now that he's 6 months old, he's like even more go, go, go. Which is really, like, it's good for him, but it's hard for us. Like, when you're trying to feed him or just calm him down, like, he just has to keep going. So, I don't know if that's a boy thing or if that's just a Hudson thing right now or if it just depends on the kid. Who knows? I truly don't know. So, but that's how Hudson is. At the doctor's office, they always make comments on how strong he is and how big he is, and yeah, he's definitely a big boy. Like, he's tall, and he's just really tall and built, and I don't know where he got that from. He looks like a 9-month-old though, so it's kind of sad because people assume he's like a 9-month-old or like a 1-year-old, and I'm like, no, he's only 6 months old. Like, don't age him. He's doing a lot better with Hudson. He wasn't doing bad at the beginning. He just was like, who is this baby? I'm confused. And why is this baby keeping me up all night crying? Like, just didn't understand, which is normal, I think, especially for like a firstborn. Baby coming into their lives, like, they just didn't know what to expect. So, he's been doing a lot better, and now I think he likes it that Hudson is very mobile now and like starting to like take interest in Oakley and wants to pet him and like watches him wherever Oakley goes. So I think Oakley is starting to warm up to him a little bit more. So now our problem is not problem, but Hudson is starting to crawl, which is crazy. At 6 months old, he's full on crawling. Which is so cute. At the end, I'm going to throw in some clips and pictures and stuff, but he's crawling towards Oakley's tail. And so that's like one thing we try to like watch so that Oakley's not going to do anything, but you never know. There might be one time that like Oakley's in a bad mood or it hurts Oakley or, you know, something like that. So we're always like aware and trying to like stop him from doing it, but he just loves his big fluffy tail, and it is really cute, but it's a little nerve-wracking for us too because he just wants Oakley all the time, which who wouldn't? He is just a cutie. Alright, well, we might as well talk about my breastfeeding journey. That has been something. I mean, it's positive. I know a lot of people that by 6 months they have to stop because their milk supply is completely depleted, which is so sad. Or like babies not interested, or there's a lot of reasons, obviously. But at the beginning, it was really hard, stressful. I didn't know what to do. My first time, yes, I work at WIC, where that's what we talk about to women is breastfeeding. We recommend it, but like I didn't know like the specifics of things, or you know, I just know like breastfeeding is good for you and baby and all of those things, but it truly is hard and it's a full-time job, and if you're able to do it for a week, a month, like that's still something. Like that, you should feel proud of that because it's hard. It is, and men don't understand. Sadly, they just don't understand it. All the time, effort, stress, anxiety you might have over it. Like, it's a lot. I get you. I think when I went back to work, it actually got better because I was more on like a schedule. So in the morning, I would pump while I got ready because Hudson would still be sleeping. So, which was fine. I didn't want to wake him up to breastfeed because then that would take longer, and I just personally didn't want to do that. So I would pump, and then when I got to work, then at like 8, 12, and 4, I would pump at work. So 3 times I would pump at work. So that's cleaning all of like the pump parts, storing the milk, all of that. It's a lot. and then um, and then when I get home, I would feed Hudson, like breastfeed him, and then I would pump at like 9 o'clock ish, and then throughout the night he would want me to feed him throughout the night. But that would be 4 days a week. So I didn't breastfeed more than like once or twice a day those first 4 days from like Monday to Thursday, just because I was working. I worked 10-hour days those days. But then I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, so I would, instead of pump more, I would only pump like twice and then breastfeed the majority of the time, which it's been working for us. So you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't like pumping. And it's not hard or anything, but I just put it in my bra. It's like a one that I can walk around and do other things, so it's great, but it's just like being hooked up to something. It's just not fun. So yeah, and now at 6 months, since we're slowly, gradually giving him some foods, we're doing baby-led weaning, which is, yeah, that's something else in itself, but I wanted to decrease a pump, so now I'm still trying to work on which one I'm decreasing, but I still pump at 5:30 in the morning when I get ready for work, and then right before I go to bed at like 9ish, just because that's when your milk supply is the highest and the best. So those are the last to go. But I think the 8 o'clock one is going to be the one that I drop first, and then it'll be my 4 o'clock will be the next one, if that makes sense. So I'll go. So eventually it'll be like 5:30, 12, and then 9:30 or whatever. And then he only wakes like once maybe at night to feed. Sometimes he's hungry, sometimes he's not, but we feed him then. So yeah, that's kind of my breastfeeding journey. Unfortunately, I still have to use a nipple shield, which I'm embarrassed to say because he's 6 months old, but now I think I waited too long to wean him off of that nipple shield because I think he would have taken it without it, but now he just seems to need the shield to breastfeed, so that's kind of annoying that I can't just whip it out and feed him. I have to put that on, and then since he's so mobile now, it's just like a kind of a fight, but we get there. But it's just, I wish for my future ones, I'm gonna keep that in mind to try and wean off of that a lot sooner if I can. He does really good with a bottle. At daycare, they're teaching him how to hold his bottle, and it is so cute. Again, like, I get so sad when he makes these, like, he accomplishes things like this, because now he is able to hold his bottle for the most part and feed himself, and it just hurts my heart, like, in a good way, but you're still sad because they're growing up so much, and I totally get every mom when they say, like, I'm happy but I'm sad. Like, I get it, because it's sad they're growing up and getting more independent and needing you just a little bit less, but it's a good thing because they're growing up. But yeah, he is holding a bottle and feeding himself, so, and crawling. I can't believe it. At 6 months old, like, he's on to things. Around 4 months old, he started teething, which is not fun, because he still hasn't popped a tooth out, which I know is normal, but he's still teething, so, like, it's just, like, extra long periods of teething, I feel like, with no result. So that's been pretty miserable for us, because we do give him, like, the the medicine you're supposed to give and stuff like that, and like do all the remedies and give him the toys, stuff to chew on. But yeah, I mean, he gets the rosy cheeks and he gets very uncomfortable, which who wouldn't? You're getting a tooth through your gums, like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. So, yeah, no teeth yet, but he's definitely teething, drooling, all of the above. Hasn't had an ear infection yet, thank God. I don't want to go through that. I don't want him to go through that. Doing good, but he is sick. He's had a cough, a runny nose. You know, being at daycare, you catch everything because he puts everything in his mouth. There's a lot of germs at daycares, unfortunately, but better now to get exposed to everything, which is good in the long run. Just right now, it's not fun. So, also, he is starting to get some hair. Finally, he has not had hair this whole time. And I think like a week ago, it started to come in, and not a lot, but a little bit. It's so cute. He's like getting like a little mullet. Not even. I mean, he still doesn't have hair, but like he has more than he did. And it's just funny because Eli thinks he's gonna have black hair like me, and if you see his complexion, he's definitely gonna have blonde hair. Like, it's just so funny. Like dirty blonde hair maybe, but black hair. It's just so funny how he thinks that. I don't know if he's trying to make me feel better that he's gonna have my hair color or what, but he's definitely gonna be a blonde hair, blue-eyed baby, which is adorable. Wow, that was a lot to go through, and I feel like I probably missed a lot too. But I can't think of anything else. I wish I would have done it, like I said, like each month, kind of go through all of the milestones and everything like that, but life kind of got in the way, and I was dealing with some postpartum stuff, which is totally fine, because now I feel a lot better and more like myself, so I had to go through it, but, yeah, it's so fun to look back at these videos, and if you're watching, I recommend making videos, just picking it up, and then you're able to look back at it in a month or a year. Highly recommend it. You might feel silly writing or talking about stuff right now. Like, this isn't fun for me to talk on a camera to myself, but I thoroughly enjoy looking back at these videos because I don't know, I forget little things, and I'm going to want to look back and remember every single thing about Hudson. And I do not want to forget anything. He is adorable, he's so special. And yeah, right now he's actually at my in-laws. My in-laws are watching him all day while I was able to clean my house and, you know, like open all the windows, and we're all so sick, so I wanted to deep clean before I start getting ready for Christmas. It's Hudson's first Christmas, and I'm so excited. I'm a big Christmas fan, so. But yeah, just excited to look at this stuff in the future and see how far he's come since this video. So hopefully I will be able to make, let's say, a 9-month video. That's a good range on getting a video up next for him. But at the end of this video, I'm hoping to add some clips that I have taken, just because, again, I have clips on here of when he was just a baby, like a month or two old, and now I have videos of him crawling, so it's just so fun to look back on, and I know I keep repeating it, but we love him so much. Well, have a good day. Bye.